intro to the podcast, as usual.
yeah. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. I feel like it always sounds the best, right?
I like a cold open. It kind of just like, oh hey, you're coming into a conversation.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second episode of Geeklirious.
Yes. Yeah, we're happy to be here.
Once again, this is Brian and my co-host,
Mike.
And we have a ton of geeky, nerdy news for you guys.
Yeah.
So
some good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Let's run through what we have planned today.
Yeah, man.
The Han Solo Star Wars movie has a title.
Don't say it yet.
Pikachu. There's a Pikachu movie coming out. I haven't heard of this.
Okay, yeah. Great.
This is new. Deadpool 2 has wrapped filming. We got some Mutants news, and a Black Panther trailer dropped. As for TV, Flash Episode 1 premiered.
Right.
Psych. You watched it. The Psych TV show, they're getting a movie.
Yeah.
There we go. We got The Gift, which is that X-Men thing you were talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Big Hero 6 is getting a TV show.
Right.
We got some Old Man Hawkeye, not to be confused with Old Man Logan.
Right, yeah.
We got some more aging superheroes.
Yes, definitely.
Some video game stuff. I bought WWE 2K18. Mike's going to give us a retro review of the Avengers video game. Captain America and the Avengers.
Sega Genesis. And
a card game by the name of Hex.
Yes.
On the PS4. Yeah, so we got a good show for you guys.
Whew. Yeah.
Alright, so let's get right into it.
Yeah.
The Han Solo movie has a title. You want to say what the title is there, Mike?
Han. No, it's called Solo, right? The Star Wars movie, Solo.
Solo, a Star Wars story, which is they're I guess continuing that motif from the Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah. Rogue One was okay. Like that was a good name, but
the name was
Solo.
Good. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like it at all. Really,
it makes me think immediately of like drunk kids at a party playing beer pong.
Pretty. Why? I mean, they couldn't think of anything better.
I don't know.
This is Disney. Like, they can't think of something better than Solo.
I don't know. Star Wars movies have always had really awesome titles. You know, Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace. Is, shitty movie, but awesome title. Attack of the Clones. It made you want to go see the movie. I mean, I guess they're really banking on the name power of Han Solo for this, their driving force.
Why not just call it Han Solo? Or why just Solo?
That question is, I guess that's the main question of this. Why keep it so short? Why not go something more grand with it?
Solo. I don't know.
I would have preferred like a smuggler's journey or something like that. Birth of a smuggler. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah,
well, I mean, Solo, that just... Wasn't there a crappy, like, action movie called Solo a long time ago?
Was there?
Yeah.
Could be.
I think there was, yeah. And, yeah, I don't want to be thinking of that while watching a Han Solo movie.
So, I mean, I am excited for it, though.
I'm excited for the movie.
I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the title, really, at the end of the day, the title doesn't even matter anyways.
It doesn't. If the movie... the movie's good, it will bypass any title failure. And, I mean, there's a ton of good star power in there. You got... I'm really excited for Donald Glover as
what's his name?
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Who's playing Han Solo again?
You know what? The actor's name is escaping me. I can totally...
Yeah, let's get a look at that.
An IMDb check on there.
Because it's not Harrison Ford.
They officially changed the IMDb. His name is Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich. All right. I mean, the press pictures I've seen of this kid, he looks like a young Harrison Ford a bit. Like,
do you know him from anything else? I know he's been on other things. I think he's been on other things.
Honestly, I don't think anything that I've seen.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've seen him in anything.
I mean, that maybe that's a good thing. I mean, get some, you
gotta get a nobody.
Nobody, and yes, maybe he will really embody, because it's gonna be a tough, man. I don't envy, sort of envy him just for having to follow Harrison Ford's footsteps.
I mean, yeah, it could either go one of two ways. It could be a total bomb, and this kid could be forever labeled as the guy who failed to, bring a younger Han Solo to the big screen, or he could be hailed as a genius.
Yeah.
For being able to come over this obstacle and to make people forget, for lack of a better word, forget about Harrison Ford and such a legendary actor.
Yeah, well, just the role. I mean, just the character.
The character itself. Yeah.
Yeah, you're really gonna have to. I really hope they don't mess it up. I don't think they will, though. I think they know what they're doing.
You got Ron Howard directing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, everything that I've seen and heard of this movie, like, it's all positive except this title.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna move on to some Pikachu movie news.
Okay.
Are you a Pokemon fan, Mike?
No, I'm not. I mean, I used to be, like, back in the red and blue.
Yeah. Were you red or blue?
Blue.
Blue? What was your starter? Charizard? Charmander?
No, I didn't. I think I used Squirtle.
Yeah? Oh, I'm a blue Squirtle guy as well.
Yeah.
Wow. That, I feel like everyone always picks Charmander.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think later on, when I played again, I did, because I think I got red, and I just did Charmander.
The motif of the red.
Yeah, and I think poor, Bulbasaur never gets any love, right?
Yeah, I feel like nobody ever picks... I remember trying to pick Bulbasaur. I remember I finished my campaign as Squirtle, and then I wanted to try Bulbasaur. And I remember losing my battle to Gary. And I was like, well, screw that. If I can't even beat freaking Gary, like... I think I restarted and picked Charmander.
I guess Bulbasaur's like a frog, right? I guess that's what he's supposed to be like?
Yeah.
Because Charmander's a lizard. I would say Bulbasaur's like a frog.
I'd say, yeah,
and
most like a
turtle,
frog.
Obviously, so...
Right. No, I honestly have... I would assume the only animal he really could be is a frog. I don't think. I mean,
because even in the
more like a toad
show,
maybe.
he kind of had like a croaky, sort of. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I liked it back in the day, but I kind of grew out of that.
So, from what I heard, this is a live action movie, and they're following the events of the game called The Great Detective Pikachu.
Oh man,
Have you heard of this game? I've never heard of this game before.
Well, I know Pikachu has like a bunch of multiple games. I've heard of his games, but they're not like regular Pokemon games. I think they're more like
I remember Hey You Pikachu. You remember that? I think it was.
I remember hearing about it.
It was the N64, and the controller came with a mic where you could talk to Pikachu. It never worked.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, that was and I remember Snap being terrible.
No, Pokemon Snap was the freaking best. I loved Pokemon Snap.
No,
I loved it. I loved every inch of that game. I loved it.
Yeah, but
we'll have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's what. So it is live action, though, right?
It's live action, but this is the reason why I penned this for a conversation piece. You want the voice actors that are being considered for the voice of Pikachu are listed as Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Mark Wahlberg. I guess just from his various movies.
The dude from Transformers.
Oh, and The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, who's actually
for the voice of Pikachu?
For the voice of
just
Pikachu,
like a character, like one of the live action.
No, for the voice of Pikachu.
That doesn't. Like, really?
I don't know. These
are they
all
just gonna be like a Vin Diesel and just say Pikachu the whole time?
That would be hysterical.
See, that could be cool. if they do.
But like really gruff sounding. Like if they got like I don't know who's got the gruffest sounding voice. The Rock.
Out of those guys,
The Rock. No, probably like Hugh Jackman, right? Like Wolverine.
The Rock.
The Rock, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the deepest voice for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like he can. Plus, I think he could beat any of those physically. Any of those guys.
I kind of want I kind of want it to be Mark Wahlberg just so Pikachu has a Boston accent.
Yeah. I mean, oh man, that's so weird though. I thought it was gonna be like him, doing a different character in it or whatever.
I wouldn't
mind.
mind.
It's live action, but Pikachu's gonna be obviously.
All right, what would you do if
CG.
the movie if the movie was based after the anime? And you had The Rock playing a young Ash Ketchum, like 12-year-old boy leaving Palatown for the first time, but he's literally in like green shorts and his blue vest, but it's just The Rock.
Oh man, that'd be great.
And all the other actors are kids, but he's the only adult.
Well, when I first heard about The Rock, I was thinking more like he was going to be like the gym leader of The Rock thing or whatever.
I can see that.
I don't know, but
nah, the voice of Pikachu.
It's just weird.
It is weird.
If he just says Pikachu a bunch, I'm with it.
That's hysterical. Like an I Am Groot type thing.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes. I didn't think we were going to talk about the Pikachu. I don't think we could possibly talk about the Pikachu story as long, but we did. We made it, guys. This is episode 2 type stuff.
You ready for this transition right here? Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool 2 wrapped filming. There we go.
I can't wait, man.
I'm excited.
Cable's gonna be in it.
I cannot remember for the life of me who plays Cable.
Josh Brolin.
Right. Who's also Thanos.
Yeah. So, I mean, man, that guy's great in like everything he does, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm just really excited for him to be in it, and like that's how I like Deadpool when he's like got people to riff off of, especially like when they're serious and he's not like
Colossus in the first movie.
When he's doing it with Colossus or I'm pretty sure that's like the role he's pretty much gonna have in it.
What was the girl's name? It was like
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
I freaking love that name. I heard she got that they picked that character just because of her name.
Because I think in the comics she's like her powers are completely different.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I'm hoping. So when is that coming out?
I don't actually have an exact date.
It's obviously not this year.
It's 18 for sure.
Yeah, it's summer. I would imagine. Obviously,
it seems like a summer movie.
Early summer.
I would assume so. Deadpool 2 release date. Josh Brolin, he was in Men in Black 3, right? I think I remember him from that.
Yeah, unfortunately. He's been in that. He's been in
June 1st.
Okay, yeah. So early.
Yeah, you pretty much pegged it right on the head. Early summer, yep.
Yeah. Very like the earliest of summer.
It really is the earliest it could possibly be because it was May. May technically is like it's spring.
Yeah.
But no, June is still I would consider summer.
Absolutely.
So obviously we both loved the first Deadpool movie.
Yeah. I liked the first. I'm just like they spent a long time making the first movie, and that's why it was so good. I hope that the second one can live up to the first one. Because we'll see. Because sometimes there's the second one.
Unfortunately, we talked about this last week. Sequels get a bad rap.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be bad. I think Star Wars is a perfect example of a franchise that can have sequels that are just as good as the original. Mm-hmm. Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, I would say, are on the same level as A New Hope or Star Wars, whatever you want to call it.
And with Deadpool 2, I don't even know who the villain is in it.
No idea.
Yet.
I have no idea. I'm walking into the movie blind.
Unless it's going to be like more Deadpool versus Cable.
That'd be okay with me. I'd be fine with that.
Cable versus Deadpool.
Maybe like Domino.
Domino
would be cool. Or Death.
Domino is in it, so...
Is she? Oh,
yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
like maybe like an assassin rivalry type of thing. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, either way, I'm looking forward to it, and everything I've seen from it looks really good, and yeah, it should be good.
All right, you want to talk a little bit about Mutants?
The New Mutants. Yeah, that's what it's called.
The New Mutants. Now, who's the producer on this? Is this a Fox thing?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, which their stuff is generally like some of the weaker stuff.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
As far as Marvel stuff is concerned, but you know, I like the New Mutants comics, and we'll see what. I mean, did you see the trailer? You don't watch trailers, right?
I mean, I do occasionally, especially if it's like an early on, just to give me an idea. I usually don't watch more than one trailer though.
It looks different than what we're used to seeing. It looks
darker.
Like more, yeah, it looks darker and more.
I saw some screen caps of it, and that's kind of what I got from it.
So we'll see what happens with that. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see. I don't know.
I like the X-Men franchise. I think the whole is like Professor X in this at all, or is it just it's completely?
I don't think there's gonna be really any reoccurring like people that have been in.
So they're not going to be in like the Xavier School for the Gifted or anything like that. It's going to be like more like on the streets type thing.
That's what it looked like. It's hard to tell with just the trailer.
I'm going to have to take a look at the trailer to kind of get an eye for it.
Even with the trailer though, you don't really know too much.
Would you say it's more of a teaser, like a teaser trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as what I saw, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know if people are gonna like. If Hugh Jackman isn't in it, do people care about X-Men?
I think people still do. I think the X-Men holds on its own. I think it does.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think it should, because I mean, out of all the X-Men, I think Wolverine's like my least favorite.
Really? Okay.
I mean, out of a lot. I mean, not out of all of them, but yeah.
That's definitely an interesting viewpoint. Usually people are like, oh, Wolverine's the best. Like,
I like Wolverine, but
you know who I love Colossus personally. I think he's awesome.
I like Colossus. I like Iceman, especially the new Iceman in the comics now.
You want to hear a short story?
Sure.
Back when I was a youngin', my dad used to buy me these VHSs. I had tons of VHS episodes of like one-off TV shows, and I'd watch them over and over again. And I had like Gigantor and Speed Racer. And he bought me this one episode of the X-Men animated series, and it was the episode where they get back from a mission and the mansion, the school, Xavier School, is destroyed, and they're like, "Oh man, who did this?" So they kind of go out on like a witch hunt, and Wolverine and Jubilee, I believe, come across a construction site where they see Colossus knocking down a building, and they're like, "Oh man, it's got to be this guy." So they go after Colossus without like any like, you know, like, hey, did you do this? Wolverine just like immediately just tries to attack him, and like the animation on it is so hokey. Like he jumps on his back and he like flips Wolverine, but he looks like he flies through the air.
Yeah.
And he's just like, why you want to hurt Colossus? Like it's
man, that was so
it's
good.
Classic.
Yeah.
I love it.
The X-Men animated series is just something else. I love that stuff. Really good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I like Wolverine a lot, but yeah, I mean, there's so many great X-Men that don't get their due just because Wolverine takes too much screen time.
I agree, and you know, hopefully this will bring some light onto the lesser known mutants.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the New Mutants. We'll see more, I guess.
Yeah, we will have more information.
It's hard to tell with just this new thing, but it looks like scary almost. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely have new information as it comes out.
Yeah.
Speaking of trailers, though, the Black Panther trailer dropped.
Yes.
We got a poster. We got a trailer.
The posters look great.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, so you got it. Did you see it?
Yeah, of course.
All right, give me your breakdown.
It just, oh man, I don't want to say too much, but I just like how Wakanda looks. I like the colors that they're using and like everything, just the way the world looks, and the action looks really good. I'm hoping the director, what's his name, Taika Waititi. He has like the best name.
Damn, there you go. Taika.
Taika. Something. It's weird.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm assuming he's African.
I have no idea.
Sounds like an African name.
Yeah, he seems to be doing like some really cool things with it, and Michael B. Jordan is in it.
Yeah, and Nupta.
Yeah,
I can't for the life of me cannot pronounce her name, but she was in Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's like Nupta Lianga, something like that.
I'm not gonna butcher her name, but
I will butcher her name all day.
Yeah. Oh man, just I like the action. I've been super excited for Black Panther for a long time, so. Yeah, that's gonna be another really good one. I don't want to like give too much away, like spoiler wise. Although I don't even know what they're really doing. I know the guy Claw, whatever.
Is that Andy Serkis's character?
Yeah, Andy Serkis's character.
Is he the villain, right?
Him and the other guy. Damn, I'm forgetting the names, but yeah, they're gonna have like a bigger role. It's gonna be like.
Would you say he's being penned as the villain, or maybe he's like? Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely the main villain. Okay, yeah, I kind of got that.
I feel like he's gonna be the one doing a lot of the action villainy stuff. Although I think it's gonna be more like there's gonna be like strife within the Black Panther friends and stuff.
The organization, the Black Panther Party, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it looks really good. I think you should check out the trailer because it doesn't really spoil too much. But
no, definitely. I definitely really try to watch it. Yeah, my whole thing with trailers is that I don't like... I'll watch one trailer, that's fine, but I don't like to watch like these extended 3-4 minute trailers that like pretty much just give you like a synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, now I don't really feel like watching it anymore. But no, if it's like a minute trailer, 30-second trailer, that's fine. I'll give it a shot. I just don't like to watch too many because then I feel like I fill in the blanks and I get too much.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks good. That's coming out soon, so yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. All right, so we got some TV news this week.
Yeah. What kind of TV we got?
We got Flash. The first episode of season 4, I believe, of The Flash premiered.
Okay, yeah.
I know you're not the biggest fan of The Flash.
Well, I like The Flash, but I don't know too much about him. Like, I remember the old Flash show back in the day.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
There's a Flash TV show?
Yeah, oh man.
Like a cartoon?
No, it was live action. In the 90s.
All right, Grandpa.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, that was actually, like, really fun when I used to watch that as a kid. But, yeah, I don't know too much about The Flash. So, what's going on in this? Is it good? Is it bad?
No, I mean, I did
what do you think?
I enjoyed the first episode. It really, I feel they did a good job of bringing... So, pretty much at the end of the third season... Which I feel is fair game now because it ended so long ago. But Barry gets trapped in the Speed Force. There was like a prison that was holding Savitar, and they had to replace it with somebody. It needed to be a speedster, somebody who was in touch with the Speed Force. So yes. Barry takes this spot. So the fourth season kind of jumps forward, a couple months. The Team Flash has been operating.
So there's a Team Flash?
There is. There's so you have Cisco Ramon, who is Vibe, and he Vibe. Yeah, he's got like teleportation powers, and he has like he can kind of like use sonic waves a bit. Okay. I don't know if it's sonic or whatever, but they're he has like telekinetic waves that he can kind of push people with and stuff.
Vibes out, man.
Yeah. He can like look in. He can like touch somebody and kind of like see into the future or like an object that they held. No, he's got like a really cool power. Him, Kid Flash, is in it. He's kind of taken the role of the new Flash, and Barry's fiance is like kind of like heading the organization now, and she's like behind the scenes, and they're just trying to save Central City on a weekly basis, and she's trying to forget about the Flash and kind of like put him in the back of her mind because if she thinks about it too much, she'll get upset and
So is this like so he has like a whole team? Like, what is there like? Why is he really doing any of this? I don't even know.
Wait, what do you mean? Like why is he saving the city?
Like, who's his villains? Like, why exactly is he doing... Like, with Arrow, I feel like there was more of, like you kind of understood what he was doing.
Right. Well, he pretty much in the first season of The Flash, they had this giant explosion at this factory. At this lab, and it kind of created this whole issue where
so people were getting
superpowers. Yeah. So a lot of the time he's trying to stop what they're calling the metas. And these are some of the metas are good. A lot of the Flash and Vibe, and sometimes Killer Frost. But most of them are bad, and they're like, oh, I have superpowers now, let me become a supervillain or a bank robber or something.
Yeah.
He's got to take down those. And then, of course, you have Flash has the element of time travel and alternate dimensions. So there's, villains coming in from alternate dimensions, from the future, from the past. So he's also got to take care of them. He had to take care of, this last season, I just said his name, Savitar.
Yeah.
Savitar was like the biggest baddie he ever had to fight, and no, it was a good ending, and the whole conclusion of the third season with Barry being trapped, it was kind of like a cliffhanger. So I was really interested in seeing where this went, and I think they handled it pretty well, because obviously, like, it's not really a spoiler. He gets out.
Yeah.
He was going to get out at some point. You can't have a show called The Flash and The Flash not be in it.
Yeah.
And he gets out, and his mind is all messed up. He's like a schizophrenic, and he's writing. He's got like a beard. He's writing code on a wall, and everyone's trying to figure out what he's saying. And the only thing I really didn't like was that to get him out of this trance, like Iris, his fiance, kind of sacrifices herself. And she feels like, oh, if I'm in trouble, he'll snap out of it, and it works. And I'm like, I don't know. It felt like a bit of a like a cop out,
Oh man.
Like, I don't know. That was my one gripe with it. But the villain for the episode was like a samurai. That was like you found out later he was a robot, and he was like he was created by somebody.
It's always the robot samurai.
That's the most common comic book villain. At first I was like, oh, it's the Silver Samurai. I was like, wait, no, that's Marvel. And
yeah.
I'm like, well, no. But apparently he was created in order to get the Flash to return, but you don't really know who the creator was. But at the end of the episode, they showed a guy who looked like Brainiac, but it definitely wasn't Brainiac. I was like, Brainiac? Nah. And that was DC, so that could have technically been right there. But
yeah, true.
No, it was not Brainiac. I don't know who it was. I'm not really
we'll see.
knowledgeable in the Flash comic books.
What days are they?
It was Tuesdays.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I kind of want to check it out because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
It's fantastic. It's a little, kitschy at some points. Like I said, some cop-outs occasionally. It's a little... The storylines sometimes are like, they make you like, face palm a bit. But it's honestly, it's a genuinely good show. I definitely do recommend checking it out.
Okay, and this was the first episode of the fourth season?
Yeah, the season premiere. So what else we got going on? So you're a fan of the show Psych.
Yes, well, I was. I mean, it ended in 2014, I think.
Hey, as Firefly fans can tell you, you don't have to be a fan if the show's still running.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me started on Firefly, man. I'm still angry about that. But I've been reading those comics, and they're really good.
The Firefly? You have to fill me in.
I'll let you borrow the volumes.
Definitely.
I have all the volumes. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. The trailer came out for it. I know it's coming out soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but I really like the show. It's really funny. I'm excited to see because I think it takes place like where are they now type of thing. Like,
okay, that's kind of cool.
It's not a prequel. It's not anything. They're just.
Hopefully, it's a direct
just
sequel
more
to
of
the
the
show.
Same, and it's gonna be back on. I think it's on the USA Network.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's not much to say on it. I mean,
so it's not coming out in theaters. It's going to be made
no,
for TV?
it's a made for TV. I think like 2 hour long.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Still,
yeah. And I'm excited to get into the Psych because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Now, is he a real psychic or is he like a fake psychic?
That's the whole thing. He's a fake psychic.
Okay,
but no one knows that except his partner and his dad.
Yeah,
his
I think
like a cop, but he's like a really good cop, and he knows when the dude's BSing,
Right.
So he like no, yeah.
No, that's funny.
I'd really recommend you because there's like a lot of like it's geeky like us too. Like they make like a lot of like references to movies.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
Yeah, it's like and like pop music, like 80s pop music, and like
yeah, I like shows that do that. That's awesome.
It's a really good show. I think it was really underrated too, and I'm happy to see it come back. And I hope, I hope it does well because I'm a big fan of that. Maybe I'll actually turn my TV on and watch it because I never do that really.
What, cable?
Yeah, just
like you have a cable box, right?
Yeah,
but you never use it.
Not unless I'm watching like hockey, but that's it.
That's the same with me. I literally watch it for wrestling.
Yeah.
Monday Raw and Tuesday SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's legitimately the only time I'll ever turn my TV on.
Yeah, other than that, like, my PlayStation is on, and I'm either watching, like, YouTube or Netflix.
Video games.
Amazon Video.
Yeah.
And then games, obviously.
So, alright,
Yeah, so, Psych movie. I give it a shot. I would definitely recommend watching the show, though, beforehand.
Yeah, that would make sense. You're not
definitely because this is like
where are they now? Is it going to make much sense if you don't know where they were before that?
Yeah, especially with that show because they make like a lot of they're very self-referential and
that's
stuff.
cool.
Like,
I like
like a lot of
that.
callbacks. Like he'll call his partner Gus. Like he'll always like introduce him to like new characters, and he'll always be like, "This is Professor Poopy Pants" or something. Like he'll always make like funny names, and it's hilarious. You gotta watch it.
No, definitely. I think I've seen like a couple episodes here and there, but I've never like fully sat down and watched like a season or something.
Yeah, check it out. I think it's on Netflix, maybe.
So all right, so we got Big Hero 6, the movie, Disney movie. Is coming out with a TV show on their Disney XD network.
And is it going to have the same animation style?
No, it's a cartoon. Like 2D. Drawn? Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's hand drawn, but
yeah,
it's
so it's
2D.
Not
it's not. No, it's not. It's not 3D. It's not 3D models or CGI or anything like that.
Huh. That's kind of. I mean, I understand it because, like, as far as like a production, like you just can't. Shows can't do that.
Oh no, yeah, no. I mean,
animation.
how long it takes for them to create a movie? It'd be like impossible and crazy amount of money to create a TV show in that fashion.
So is this following the movie? Is it?
I think it's pretty much their events as a superhero team. After the movie.
Okay, so I mean, it is based off the movie. Though,
yeah, it's based off the movie. I'm assuming it's chronological.
Yeah.
They have the same characters, and I think a lot of the same voice actors are actually reprising their role, which is,
Does Baymax look the same?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because in the comics, he doesn't look like that.
No, he has like a trench coat and like a fedora, right?
He looks like a lizard, right?
I don't know. I thought he looked more like a robot. I don't know. I never read the Big Hero 6
he doesn't
comics.
look anything like it in the movie.
No, he does not look anything like the comic book. Very similar to how Guardians of the Galaxy, they don't look really like... they changed a lot of their aspects.
Yeah.
Especially like Star-Lord and Drax. They have completely different colors.
Yeah. So did you like the Big Hero 6 movie?
I thought Big Hero 6 was probably one of the best Disney movies they've come out with in this new Renaissance period that they've been in as of late.
They've always been on fire, though, right?
I mean,
how many missteps do they have?
That's
Cars.
No. Well, I mean, technically that was Pixar, but if you want to go to
yeah,
Disney,
that is Pixar.
Like,
but
Disney, they had that whole period of time, from I don't know, 2004 to 2010, 2009, where they had Bolt, Home on the Range, Chicken Little.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And Disney was just, as coming from a Disney fan, it was not a good period.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the dark ages?
It was the dark ages of Disney.
Wow. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't really watch Disney movies, and I only watched it because it was a Marvel thing.
Marvel property,
Yeah, property. But, yeah, it was really good, and, yeah, we'll see what this show's all about. I'm kind of curious. Is that coming out this year?
Yeah, it's coming out this year, and what they're doing is they're kicking off the whole series with an hour long movie. Yeah. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what they did for DuckTales, where they did like kind of like 2 episodes in a row, and it was like an hour long thing.
Okay.
To kind of give you an introduction to these characters.
Does it look kiddie? Like, how does it look? I haven't seen too much about it.
I haven't seen much on it either. I will give it a shot. Disney XD is honestly, it used to be pretty terrible, but with Gravity Falls was awesome, and the DuckTales TV show is really good. So
Are you still watching that? Is that finished? Like, how many episodes was
what's that? DuckTales?
DuckTales.
No, I think it's still going on.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you keeping up with it?
I've watched a couple episodes here and there, but I think I have to really sit down and watch the whole thing.
Okay. So, are you gonna watch this Big Hero 6?
I'm definitely gonna give it a shot.
And it's Disney XD.
Yeah, it's Disney XD. I want to watch the movie and see how I feel about it. Of course, Star Wars Rebels too.
Okay.
So Disney XD's been pumping out some pretty good proproperties as of late.
You like the Rebels, the Star Wars?
I haven't watched that much of it.
I haven't seen any of it. I watched a lot of the Clone Wars, but then after I started waning off Star Wars.
It's very similar. I mean, I feel like it's I know that Clone Wars was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah.
And so changing over channels, it doesn't seem to have changed that much, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah,
it's definitely keeping that more of like a, it's definitely, kiddie, but it's got the vibes for older audiences.
Yeah, okay. As long as they keep, like, the humor, because Big Hero 6 was really good, in my opinion. Like,
I agree, yeah.
Between the animation and just the whole story, how they did everything, like, it was really well done. I hope it is, like, a continuation off of that, and not, like,
I agree.
Retreading, like, meeting Baymax and
the rest of the gang.
Yeah,
the other 4.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were like really
Hero, Baymax, and I think, but like I said before, I think a lot of the original voice actors from the movie are reprising their roles.
That's good.
So it's
I always like when that happens.
I think T.J. Miller is not, because he's doing tons of other stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm pretty sure the voice of Baymax is returning, and several others.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see when. Yeah, I'll see that when that comes out. Hopefully.
And so anyway, moving on from one superhero to another, you want to talk a bit about The Gift, right?
Yeah, from what I've heard about it, that's another X-Men thing. Now that's a show. And I don't know. I don't even really know what they're doing with it, because we just talked about New Mutants, and it looks like this is. It looks like I don't know what they're doing, like. Because I know they're trying to, like, follow Marvel's lead with all these shows. I don't know. I don't trust this show. I don't know. It doesn't look good to me.
So it's not out yet, right?
No.
It's in production, or it's coming out soon.
I think all there is a teaser.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. So we've got 2 different X-Men.
Is it too much at once?
Properties.
Well, one's a movie and one's a show, so I don't think it's that.
You happen to know what channel it's going to be on? Like what network?
No, I don't. Actually,
all right. We'll have to look into it. I don't know. It's kind of getting into like DC territory, where they have like separate movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Of the same property, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the fact that they're, like, expanding, like, they're not just making it about the X-Men, like, directly. It's other characters and stuff. That's cool. And I think they need to do that, because they're not going to have, like, the Wolverine too much longer and stuff like. Well, they will, I mean, but it's not going to be Hugh Jackman, at least. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm curious to see. I don't think we know enough about it to really say whether or not.
Did you watch the Inhumans?
No. I heard it was bad.
I heard it was bad as well.
By all accounts. I was talking to a friend, and he said it was like there was some cool parts about it, and then I heard it was like already canceled
Oh wow!
So, like,
was that mutants
before
as well?
it even aired? Well, Inhumans and mutants are different.
They're different. Okay.
Yeah, because Inhumans are like made by the Terrigen Mist or whatever. Mutants are just born mutants.
Okay, gotcha. Because I heard somewhere that they use the Inhumans to kind of get around the whole like mutant thing.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, yeah, because they're like. Because I think you have to have like the latent abilities, and then the Terrigen Mist like opens up that door for you.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it kind of is. That's pretty much the Marvel Studios version of mutants, because they can't.
Yeah, they can't use mutants because of licensing, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
So.
Yeah, so we have a lot of X-Men properties.
A lot of X-Men.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one movie that wows me the way that Days of Future Past did. Like, that was, like, honestly the one movie out of the entire X-Men saga that I actually thought was decent and pretty good. Mm-hmm. But, what was the latest one that came out? Not Armageddon. With Blueface guy. What was his name?
In what?
The X-Men movies. There's like First Class, Days of Future Past, and there's a third one. Apocalypse, yeah.
Which was terrible.
Terrible. It was horrible, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
really bad.
It had a couple cool scenes, but overall, I think
giving that too much credit.
No, come on. With Quicksilver running through the building and shit.
Okay, okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Dude, I can watch. I think they should do a whole Quicksilver movie. I'd be completely okay with that. Just like literally, he just runs into shit. Everything's slow motion. That's the entire movie. That's okay. It could be a half an hour movie. I'd be
half hour, just him. Everything just slow motion.
Just him.
Flying, listening to old music.
Yeah, there's like a burning building or something, and he's just like chilling, listening to like Rush or something, and running through a building.
I'd be down for that. That would sound cool. Yeah, we'll see. I think X-Men movie wise, they're going into the Dark Phoenix saga. Are they doing that again?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
We'll see what happens with that. And I don't know if the show is going to tie into anything with that. It's probably going to do its own thing.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, really the only movies and shows that kind of keep up their properties is Marvel, you know? Yeah. Of course, their TV shows reference their movies and vice versa. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, they're doing something special with those.
Yeah,
right there.
Really creating a whole organic universe, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens with The Gift and New Mutants. We'll see.
All right, did you want to move on to comics? Talk about a little bit of Old Man Hawkeye?
Yeah, pretty much the only news that matters in comics is Old Man Hawkeye. Once I heard that, like, it looks really cool. Like, he has a beard and stuff, and he's like, oh,
rugged.
Because because he was like one of the only Avengers alive still in that universe.
Okay.
So we wanted that side. Well, at least I did. I wanted to see more of Hawkeye and like see what he was doing in that. So I hope we get more of that.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't want to spoil too much Old Man Logan stuff because I think everyone should read that.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I've never read the comic though.
Yeah, you should. If you can, go back to it.
Definitely.
I'll have to give you some comics. I don't know too much about it, and I don't want to spoil too much, so definitely check it out. I know I saw the cover of it, and it looks really cool, so I'm excited. I really like Old Man Logan. Old Man Hawkeye seems to be really good. If you like Hawkeye, which I do.
Alright. So, no, it looks pretty cool.
Do you like Hawkeye?
I think it's a cool character. Bow and arrow. I mean,
you know from the movies more.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
so,
I've never read a Hawkeye comic book or anything like that, but I like the idea of him. I think he's a cool character in the movies.
Yeah,
so I'd definitely be interested in seeing. I don't know. I've always liked that, like, more like the aging superhero, like Dark Knight Returns and Old Man Logan and stuff like that. Yeah. It's cool. Batman Beyond, when Bruce Wayne was, like a Ratchet Kane.
Yeah.
But so moving on from comic books, we have some video game stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just break into a little bit of WWE 2K18.
Yeah, you've been playing it. How much have you gotten to play?
I've played a little bit of everything.
Did you create a character?
You have to for the the career mode.
Is it a Brian?
It is a Brian. I've never made a character based on my own name before. I just never do. I usually just pick like a different name. But I made a Brian this time. I called him the Dragon Brian Bates. I thought it was kind of a cool name. I took Bates from like Psycho,
right?
And so it's pretty cool. He's like a technical based submission expert with some like Muay Thai kind of martial arts in there, and suplexes.
You can't create your own finisher in it anymore.
You can't, thank God.
So what do they have?
Oh,
like
Lord.
You just get to choose out of like whatever is on there.
Yeah, I mean, there's
some good stuff.
Oh God, there's so many moves. But the thing with my career mode is that everything is based off of loot boxes this year. So you pay.
Seems like that's a recurring theme. Every game.
It is. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like I'm definitely gonna have to play it more and see if that pisses me off in the future. But
yeah.
So far I've been getting some pretty cool stuff out of these loot boxes. You get facial hair, hats, clothing, different moves. And
you can like upload like songs and stuff, right?
Songs, no, not anymore.
Like, no,
not anymore. But you know what you can do? You can do images.
Oh. Okay.
So if you want your guy to wear a certain shirt, you can upload an image of a Punisher logo or something.
Geeklirious.
Yeah, we can make a Geeklirious character who
Yes.
he wears like headphones and wears a Geeklirious shirt and he gets his ass kicked. He has a 0 overall.
Yeah.
And his finisher's just falling on the floor. But no, yeah, it's really cool and it allows for really sick customization options. The coolest thing being that you can upload someone's face.
Okay.
And put it on top of the face, so it looks like in prior years you had to really like maneuver like the nose and the cheeks and everything and try to get it perfect. This year you really just have to put the face on and then kind of model the face to fit inside the image.
Yeah.
And it comes out great. Like even me with like doing this only once or twice, they've come out pretty decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm excited for the community creations.
Yeah.
Every year people get more and more creative, and it's a lot of fun.
So so you can't. So I mean, I remember on the PS3 one, you could like upload a song.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
could.
have that.
Yep.
I think that was the last time I played.
That hasn't been for a couple of years now.
Really.
Yeah.
Why would they get rid of that?
It's a question. It's a question that a lot of people have been asking. Like why? I think one of the main things is I don't think you can upload songs to the PS4. Can you?
Yeah.
Can you? I don't know. All right, I've never tried it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I should. I would assume you could. I mean, I don't listen to really music on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I have like Spotify in the background or something on the app. Yeah. No, I've never tried to do it. I'm assuming you can't, which is maybe one of the better reasons for it. But no, I haven't been able to do it in quite some time.
Yeah, maybe there's some sort of technical reason. I hope that's what it is.
But to be completely honest, I'd rather if I had to choose over which one's better, I much more enjoy the custom images and being able to import your own images than the music. The music is whatever. If I really want to listen to music, I can mute my entrance and then play some music off my phone if I really want to hear a song. But I like the images. It's cool.
I don't know. I used to like when I'd make my character and then he'd come out to some like really heavy, death metal or something like like that was cool, and you're not gonna get that. I mean,
that's sick. Yeah.
Oh well, I'll have to go back to the ass man theme.
I'm an ass man. Billy Gunn. Oh,
so
man.
Yeah, so you're like in the game. Have you played online?
No. I tried to load it the other day, but I was waiting for a good 5 minutes and nobody was joining, and I'm like, yeah, you know what it is? These games they tend to have a lot of issues within the first. No, seriously though. Server issues and just in general, in-game issues are pretty rampant. It's something that I've as a fan of these games, you come to just accept that there's going to be issues for a little bit until the patches roll out. Mm-hmm. Which these aren't game breaking issues. They're fine. It's it's little things here and there, you know, like an announcer will say the new champion instead of the retaining champion or something like that. Like, oh, I didn't win a title, I just retained my title.
Can you create your own belt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Create your own. The customization options in these games are really what keep me coming back every year.
Yeah.
Customizable belts. You know, obviously we said before, wrestlers, arenas, the actual ring itself. You can import images to make logos, whatever ring you want.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. You can really kind of manipulate each aspect of the game.
So what's your character's finisher?
He's got two. He's got a rolling German suplex in the corner, which is pretty sick. He kind of like he comes up behind him and shoves him into the corner, and they kind of like he does like it's kind of hard to explain, but he does like a flip over him, and then to get more momentum, and then hits the German suplex.
Okay.
And then his other one, it gave him a Batista bomb.
Always with the Batista bomb.
Okay. I always like to have like, you know, two widely different finishers, you know. If I have like two different variations of a power bomb, it's like boring to me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be hitting a person with the same finisher multiple times.
Yeah,
in the same match.
I usually like to have at least one submission in there, either as a signature move or a finishing move, and you know, I love playing around and, you know, with the characters and making them grow every week. Like occasionally, you know, I'll just throw a beard on my guy because like, oh, he hasn't shaved in a while. Why not throw a beard on him? But no, I love all the creativity that goes into these games, and like the little, like, you can tell that the designers of these games are really, you know, wrestling fans because of all these little nuances. Like when the Miz grabs the mic on TV, he turns there's like a little case on the microphone with the W for WWE, and he turns it upside down, so it's M for Miz.
Yeah.
So when you do a promo as the Miz in game, he's got the M. Yeah. It's little things like that, little touches.
Very detailed.
I like it. No, but it's not a perfect game by any means. I'm definitely enjoying it. The gameplay is tight, and I think that's what matters the most. Yeah. You know, little bugs here and there aren't going to discourage me from playing it because the gameplay is tight, and that's what really keeps you coming back. You know, if the gameplay sucks, why is it worth playing?
Yeah.
But no, the gameplay is fun. It's definitely harder than the previous years. Like, I'm getting my ass handed to me sometimes, and that never happens to me. You know, so that's cool. I like having my ass kicked once in a while. It makes the game more challenging. Were
you a fan of the old N64 wrestling games?
Yes. WCW versus NWO was my jam.
Yes, it was. Oh, man.
The intro with Hogan and Sting gets hit by... No, he stands in the middle of the road and the bus turns and... Oh, man, that was my jam back in the day.
Yeah, really fun. I used to really like those THQ games. Oh, man. Classic
No Mercy.
Stuff. Very slow, but I don't know, something about it. Those games are really good.
Yeah, they're great. I loved going to the stands and grabbing like a stop sign. Like, you can't do. I mean, there's tons of weapons in the new game. You know, kendo sticks, sledgehammers, baseball bats, tables, ladders, chairs. You know, the rest, the general stuff. You can set the table on fire, which is pretty cool. I like doing that. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. The classic N64 games were, and the PS2 games too. Here Comes the Pain was.
Yeah, those ones were really good too.
Incredible. Yeah. You know, I love jumping off the helicopter in the in the backstage area. That was so sick.
So have you been playing anything else? Just pretty much that, right?
Honestly, yeah. Ever since that came out, I pretty much stopped everything else. I don't have a whole lot of time to play video games, so when I get a new game, I'm like hooked on it.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Same here, pretty much.
I was up until like 1 o'clock in the morning last night playing, trying to, you know, doing some stuff here and there, playing universe mode and the career mode.
Yeah, I was doing the same. I was playing that new game, Hex.
Oh yeah, you wanted to tell me about that. So it's a card game.
Yeah, it's if anyone's familiar with Magic the Gathering, it's weird how they copied so much. It's Magic the Gathering just on PS4.
Now, is there a Magic the Gathering game?
There are, but they're not on PlayStation 4. I think they have it on PC and on Xbox. I think Microsoft made a deal with them just to have Duels of the Planeswalkers on Xbox. But because on PS3 there was two of them. I think there was Duels of the Planeswalkers 14 and 15 on PS3, but then they stopped coming out, and I think they have a new one on PC, but yeah, nothing on PS4, unfortunately.
So Hex is kind of that replacement?
Yeah, and there's no Hearthstone on PS4 either, so it's really, there's not much you can get, so this is like perfect for that. It really is. It's Magic the Gathering. It's you're getting like the mana cards, and they call things like different words, like instead of magic they would use haste. That means your creature can attack the same turn it's casted or whatever.
Okay.
In this it's just called fast.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
It's either fast or like just speed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of flying it's flight, and slight changes to avoid getting sued. To wording for legal purposes.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's like I didn't even need the tutorial. It's like I already knew. Like, I mean,
well, you play Magic the Gathering, like the card game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of know, you have a grasp on it already.
Yeah. Even like the way like you would have like a card, and like if you hit it, and it would be like, or do you want to attack this? And it'd be like you'll select what you want to attack, and it'll even have like in Duels of the Planeswalkers like the little lines that like it'll show. It looks exactly like those games. It's funny how similar they are.
All right, well, I guess if you want to play Magic the Gathering,
aka Hex,
is it free? Or
it's free, yeah.
That's
with
awesome.
Purchase. Yeah, I'd recommend check it out, man. Because you obviously.
I do love card games. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot when I was younger.
Dude, check it out, and the tutorial's like fun. It's a good way to actually learn how to play Magic, also.
Yeah, so, I played it a little bit, but I was never really.
It's free, and I'm already thinking about purchasing some decks in it. So.
Oh wow!
Shh! Don't tell anyone.
All right, so last but not least, you wanted to give your review of...
Yes, Captain America and the Avengers, 1994. Man.
Sega Genesis, right?
Sega Genesis.
Because there's a Super Nintendo version, as we talked about before.
Yeah, the crappy Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, it's the only one I've ever played.
Yeah, I think they look way different. Captain America and the Avengers. Obviously, I love the Avengers, especially Captain America, so this is like right up my alley, and I'm a little bit biased, especially because it's my childhood. But man, it still plays like really well. The collision detection is really good.
Okay.
Graphically, it's whatever, and it's actually pretty funny now listening to like Captain America say "Avengers Assemble" and like the crappy like
it's like
Sega Genesis.
Like the 16-bit.
Yeah, me and my friend, every time like they say that, because Wonder Man will pop up and he'll throw you a jetpack like towards the beginning of the game to fly around it, and he's like, "Thank you, Wonder Man." It's great, and Wasp, a lot of great Avenger cameos and stuff. It's a really good game, really good brawler. I think that's like me and my friend's new fix. Like, every now and again, we're just going to be picking up new, like, retro games. Next is Streets of Rage, so I'll let you guys know about that, too. Streets of Rage.
Yeah, that's classic.
Really good classic games where we want to get Toe Jam and Earl. Like, we're trying to get those games. And these games are expensive now, and I had all these games.
Why don't you use an emulator? Don't use emulators.
It's not the same. Yeah, I mean, emulators are great, but,
I mean, not an emulator.
Like, I'll play emulators to, like, stuff I wouldn't buy, but only, like, certain, like, really good classic games, like Captain America, because it holds a special place. But, really good, fun brawler, 2 players. It's a quick game, too, really hard, though. Juggernaut's a pain, and I'm really trying to
fight why a lot of those... why a lot of those older games were so hard? It was because of like
they want your money.
It was the rental industry,
That too, yeah.
I remember reading a story about the Lion King video game, about how
really good game.
Incredibly hard though, and a reason for that was that I guess they had some sort of a deal with Blockbuster or whatever it was, and they're like, these people are beating these games and not buying them.
Yeah.
So if we make the earlier levels harder, then they'll be more likely to either A, rent them again, or B, buy the full game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that, and I mean, they were just, from the arcade, getting quarters and stuff. It was like, that was how games were made, like in the 80s and like the early 90s when that stuff was hot.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, man, they wanted your quarters, and they got a lot of mine. But yeah, Captain America and the Avengers, and yeah, what were you talking about? Aladdin, before, how they didn't have a sword in the Super Nintendo version?
Yeah, so
that blew my mind, because I played the Sega Genesis one, and I didn't know that was a thing.
No, yeah, Aladdin for the Super Nintendo, pretty much the only way to defeat enemies was a la Super Mario style, like jumping on their head. So, no, yeah, you jumped on their head, and then you had a couple items. You had apples, which stunned enemies, and which is good for like if they're running at you, or if they were like if it was like a bow and arrow enemy, you can hit it with an apple and stun them so they wouldn't shoot for a little bit. And you had like a blanket, like a towel that you use to like glide over like longer distances. Actually, funny story about that. When I was younger, I beat the entire game with a broken controller.
Oh my god!
So one of the integral parts of the game is using this towel thing, this blanket, to glide in between things. And as a kid, I was always like, "Oh man, like, how do I get these gems? It's impossible." And I found out later my controller was broken. And
I remember beating a game with a broken controller, but it was on the GameCube. It was Tales of Symphonia, and it was like, I just didn't have money to get a new controller, so I was like, it worked, but like the joystick, like, it just like made everything like slower, like when you were walking. So like in the overworld, like walking would take forever.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, I just gotta deal with playing this game halfway through it. And
that's terrible.
Yeah, so I finished that with the slow walking, which was impressive. Yeah, but yeah, that was it, and man, that was Geeklirious. That's how our outro is gonna be.
That was so abrupt. Yeah. It was like, and that's Geeklirious. All right, so if you want to find us, we just recently made a ton of social media.
Yeah, we're on everything pretty much.
Yeah, we have a Twitter. We have an Instagram. We have a not Facebook yet. We have a YouTube.
Yeah, a YouTube,
SoundCloud,
Instagram, SoundCloud. You can find us on that. Yeah, we're trying to get a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, right now they're a bit under construction, but they will be fully up and running real soon. So
and it's Geeklirious.
Damn, that was impressive. Right? Yep.
I can spell.
Geeklirious.
Yes.
Yeah, so this has been Brian.
And Mike.
And you guys have a fantastic weekend.
Bye, guys.
We love you all. See ya.
Bye.